morning, Spooky Battalion, and here we are for another spooky ghost adventure. And we visited Spooked in Seattle, which is a long-running ghost tour and museum. And in this museum, they have haunted dolls and they have everything related to death. And so we wanted to take a little trip out into Seattle and do a little video and review it for you and give you just a glimpse of what you're going to see inside. But keep in mind that you need to come out and see it for yourself. If you're visiting Seattle or you live in the Pacific Northwest, you absolutely want to come out to visit this unique attraction called Spooked in Seattle. Since 2004, Spooked in Seattle tours, in association with A Ghost, Advanced Ghost Hunters of Seattle-Tacoma, the oldest and longest running ghost tour in the area, has been telling the real stories of haunted Seattle and presenting evidence collected on actual paranormal investigations. Spooked in Seattle is run by actual paranormal investigators with over 30 years of experience. Not only do they do spooky tours around the Seattle area, but they open to the public their death museum and their haunted doll museum to the public. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. This doll is a survivor from a tragic fire in which a small child perished. This doll was given to the museum by a family that had a little girl that was possessed by a demon, and the priest could not cast it out of her, but instead into this doll vessel. As long as the crucifix remains attached, the demon is trapped inside. Special mourning clothes and jewelry was worn by widows for 18 months to 2 years, for men 3 to 6 months. Glass vials would hold the tears of widows only to be released on their husbands' graves. So let's talk about how many screams we give it. So how many screams do you want to give the Spooked in Seattle Ghost Tours and Haunted Museum?
I think for quality that you get for it, because I mentioned that it was, for it being relatively small of a place, but the quality and the storyline of the material in it was like top notch. I thought like it was really good. I was like actually satisfied. I felt like we ripped them off because we didn't have to pay that much. It's totally worth it. It's definitely a place to check out if you're into all that stuff, you know.
Yeah,
it's a
I
cool
mean, it
tour
has
spot
a
in
little
general.
bit of everything,
Yeah,
right? And you learn
quality,
something, and that's one of the things we walked away thinking, and had a long talk on the drive home, is that it's something to do. Yes, it's fun, but it also teaches you something. And life, you know, a good adventurous life is about learning things and always taking in, you know, different customs and different things. And so for my screams, I'm going to give it 4.9, and here's why. I'm giving it 4.9 because the only thing that I wished was a little different was the amount of space in walking through. But I will also say that it is... But I will also say that it is not their fault that it's like that. I'm so happy that, because I know they went from a larger place to a smaller, and I am happy that they did whatever it took to stay open, keep their doors open, and to be able to share all of this wonderful
historical, informative
education, really, that they did whatever it takes to keep the doors open. So we highly recommend it.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, go to the Spooked in Seattle tours, visit the museum. We highly recommend that you guys go there.
Especially if you're on a tight budget. Like, that's what made me like, wow, this is a good, like, on a budget type of thing to do.
We paid more for parking than we did actually seeing the museum.
Right.
All right, you guys, thank you for another spooky review, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Stay spooky.